Hi everybody, welcome to Let's Dish. I am Jennifer Roscoe and I am so glad you are here. Tonight's guest, she was in the fine dining world, but she decided to refocus her life and in turn is helping an entire community in so many ways, and I can't wait to get into all of that. So I would like you to welcome Ann Swanson. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
So grateful because Ann teaches at the Ready School, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But Ann, first week of school, ran over here, threw all this stuff out. We were unpacking her car. And also, if you notice, you brought me, what do we call this?
Well, since Jennifer has her own show, she needs her own chef coat since she's going to be a chef. So that's it.
I feel very official, but I have to say, my gosh, this is a lot of layers. I hope I don't have a hot flash. I mean, maybe this is why more women don't go into the chef world. This is a lot going on.
Well, that and it's super abusive. But aside from that,
we can get into that a little later.
Yeah.
That's the fun of this show. We dish it.
Oh, good.
We get all the dish. Okay, but first let's talk about what we're making so we can get started cooking, and then we're going to get into your story. So what are we doing tonight?
So I focus on local seasonal food, and my shtick, if you want to say that, is featuring all the hardworking farmers that grow really wonderful product in our area. So summertime is the best time to eat local because there's so much available. All of this stuff came from the farmers market last Saturday, and yeah, it's just, I love featuring the farmers. They work so hard to get really great product out into the community, and it's a great way to eat healthy. And when you're cooking with seasonal products, it's a little bit cheaper, even if you're ordering them from or getting them from the grocery store, because they're not out of season, so they're not being shipped all the way across the country. So it's always better to eat seasonal.
And I think some people don't go to the farmers market because they think it's going to be more expensive.
Right. And, you know, local food is expensive, but is it expensive or is it because processed food is so cheap?
Right.
I mean, there's a big difference in that. And I think that we could go into a 5-hour conversation on why our food is the way it is, especially in institutional settings where you have the most at-risk people eating terrible food.
Can you tell why I had Ann here today? Because we're going to get into all of that. Okay, but first, Ann is an educator, and okay, teach. What am I doing?
Okay, so we are going to do a raw local fruit salad, and it's going to be like a little caviar. So we're going to do very small dice.
Okay.
Good luck, Jennifer.
Small
I'll teach you how to do it.
And she used to be in fine dining, so she knows her cuts.
It's called brunoise.
Okay.
Okay.
What am I starting with?
So you are gonna, I would start with the main chunk of the dish, which is gonna be your watermelon. And the watermelon came from Ben and Molly's farm. And they're two wonderful husband and wife farmers that are just outside of Champaign. They're super friendly. They're really wonderful. I love supporting them because they're really big about supporting other farmers as well.
And you told me I should put on my gloves.
Yes, so any ready-to-eat product that is not going to be cooked first, you have to wear gloves.
Okay, here I go. And I love you give me an entire watermelon and tell me to fine dice it.
I know.
I mean, this seems, okay. So you want me to just...
Let me put my gloves on and I'll walk.
Do you want me to do it in half first? Because that's how I would do it at home.
Yep, so be very careful and hold one half, and that knife is pretty sharp.
She did tell me it's a very sharp knife. After I told her that I have cut myself on this show before. Oh, but that's split in two on its own, so that's great.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at how pretty that is inside.
So this is one of their seedless varieties.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I like seedless varieties for institution settings because the kids can hold on, Jennifer.
Oh, I was doing it the way I do it, but you tell me.
Because the kids don't like eating the seeds.
Right.
And so we would spend a lot of our time picking seeds out of the salad. So that's why I went for seedless. So the next step is we're going to turn this on its side just to make it a little easier. And we're just going to cut the little tip off of this part so it lays flat, okay? Now, you can throw this away. Also, if you don't want to do any waste, you can take the rind off and use this fleshy part and pickle it, and it is amazing.
Ooh, and then you just eat the rind?
Yeah, it's pickled watermelon rind. It's super popular in the South.
Okay.
Okay, so from here, you're just going to take see the white part right here around the flesh? you're just gonna kind of cut it like that.
Okay.
Okay. Try not to do what I just did and cut this fleshy part.
Okay, we want to keep as much as possible.
Okay.
You know, I eat kohlrabi, and I find it very difficult to. This is how I would cut up a kohlrabi, and I feel like I'm not getting everything because I'm trying to get the rind off, and it's a very thick rind.
Yes, kohlrabi, actually, I'm impressed, Jennifer, because kohlrabi is one of my favorite vegetables.
Oh.
So you can find it in the spring and the fall, and kohlrabi soup is absolutely amazing.
Soup? Okay, so you say kohlrabi. Now, my mom grew it in our garden. She said kohlrabi, so it's kohlrabi? I've been saying it wrong my whole life.
Kohlrabi, but I think I wouldn't dispute your grandmother. So you can call it whatever you want.
All right. Okay, and I like that you said that I impressed you because I always want to impress the teacher. I tried to be a good student.
That is remarkable. I don't hear that a lot.
Okay, so what are you doing over there?
Okay,
while
so
I'm doing this?
I'm gonna make a pasta to go with as a main entree with the fruit caviar appetizer. So I got some really wonderful smoky bacon from Stan at Triple S, and I actually told him I was going to be coming on the show with you, and he said he used to have a jar of bacon, and somebody would come under the camera and eat the bacon strips out of the jar.
Oh my gosh, that's how good it is.
Yep. So I'm just going to put this in a bowl, and while I prepare, so what I'm doing is I'm basically preparing all of my ingredients before I start cooking. So that way I can take my time and add the ingredients when they need to be added. This is called mise en place.
Mise en place.
No, you already know that term.
I do know.
Way to go.
I watch a lot of Top Chef, and so when you gave me this code, I just went into the newsroom. I go, you guys, I'm going on Top Chef, and I'm going to win. And because now I have a coat. Because before I just had this blue apron.
Yeah, Jennifer, you have to have a chef coat.
I have to have a chef.
And it protects your clothes from getting dirty.
Yes, because when I had Newton on from Black Dog, I spilled barbecue sauce all over my shirt, but I did save that shirt.
Newton is actually a really good friend of mine. He worked on my farm with me, my teaching farm in West Champaign.
He did?
Yeah.
He didn't tell us that.
He's remarkable.
Great.
Yeah, he's a good person, and he's a great chef.
I feel like you know everyone. We haven't even talked about, we keep talking about all these other people, Anne. You are not letting me ask any questions about you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We have to start with, and I'm going to, hold on. I did so now I'm just going to, you want me to dice it?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay.
So how would you dice this?
Okay, so gosh, that's such a
perfect.
test. Okay, so then I would probably eat that.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
then I would do this.
Yeah.
And then I would do that, and I would do that. But I don't know if that's fine enough for you.
That's perfect.
That's
yeah?
good?
That's a perfect size.
Okay.
I think any smaller than that, and it would just disintegrate.
Yeah. See, she's good with the positive reinforcement. Okay, but we got to start. Before you were an educator and a farmer and all that, so you're working in fine dining. How did you get into that?
So I actually started at a small restaurant in high school, and there were these two brothers, and one of them had been classically trained in Italy, and he took all these kind of bums from high school, misfits, and he trained us knife skills, and he trained us in cooking, and by the time I was a senior in high school, we were running the restaurant on Sundays.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up in Monticello.
Okay. Wow.
And the name of the restaurant was Sage City Cafe.
Okay.
And then I really wanted to be a chef. I think I always wanted to do what people didn't want me to do. So my parents wanted me to be this beautiful little debutante, get married and have children. And so I really felt like I had to prove to them that, you know, I was tough and I could do anything anybody else could do.
Nope. That's how we rebel.
Yeah.
That's how a good kid rebels. They don't go in the back and smoke cigarettes. They decide, you know what, I'm going to get a career.
Well, Jennifer, I'm not going to
show
lie.
them.
I was smoking cigarettes too.
I should have picked something different. Okay, so you decide, sorry, Mom and Dad, I'm going to be a chef. I'm not going to be a debutante.
Yep.
And you left town to go do that?
Yeah, so I really wanted to go to culinary school, and my parents were, you know, since it was only a 2-year program, my parents really wanted to get me to get my bachelor's degree, which I didn't understand at the time, but now of course I do, because the culinary world is really really brutal. And so if you ever change careers later in life, I've changed careers probably 3 times, you know, there's not a lot to fall back on with just a culinary career. So I went to a 4-year college, University of South Carolina, and got my bachelor's in management. And while I was in college, I was working at a really wonderful restaurant called Garibaldi's. And by the time I was a senior in college, I was running the restaurant.
Oh my gosh. You were doing lots of things at early ages.
Well, I
feel
really like to be busy. Yeah, the restaurant was really great. It was kind of the same type of situation. You know, the chef took a bunch of misfits under his wing and trained us all how to be chefs.
And am I putting the watermelon in here?
Yes, once it's finished, you can put the watermelon in there.
And you tell me, do you want me to do this whole half that I have? Or do you want me to get started on a different fruit?
Let's see. I would do about half of the half.
Half of the half?
And then, yeah, we can start adding other stuff into it.
Okay, perfect. So you're in South Carolina with the Misfits.
Yeah.
And
whom I loved.
And running the place there. And so what happens next?
Well, I have to tell you this funny story. I was running the kitchen full of all these, you know, miscreants, and somebody said, you know, and somebody's stealing out the back door. And my first thought was, oh man, I have to stop them. So I took my chef's knife and I started running out the back door after this person. And all of these great big guys are chasing after me going, and no.
But again, you thought I could do it.
Yeah. So anyway.
Did you tell your parents that story? Because they would make you come right home.
There's a lot that they don't know.
Are Mom and Dad still with us?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so they're going to watch this and hear this story for the first time?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. So South Carolina, sometimes dangerous, but that's not what got you out of being a chef.
So when I graduated college, I wanted to go to the French Culinary Institute in New York City. And I was prepared to go, and I was about a month away from leaving to do that. And I decided to save my money, because it was $60,000 for about 6 months of training. And I wanted to go live on the beach instead. So I moved to Charleston, South Carolina.
Ooh, still really good food in Charleston, South Carolina.
Yes, it is wonderful. And so I moved to Charleston, South Carolina, and I got really lucky. I was handing out my resume on one of the main streets, and it just so happened to be the same time that this famous chef was coming into town to run a restaurant. And so I was hired, and I ended up staying there for 4 years and working under him, and that's when we kind of were exposed to you know, Michelin star fine dining, James Beard Award winning cuisine.
Yes. And was that intimidating? I mean, here you are, this girl from Monticello, you had done the thing in college, and now suddenly, I mean, those are some big names, and that's stress. I can imagine that's a lot of pressure at a place like that.
Yes, so I had no idea what I was getting into, and I thought running a restaurant in college, you know, I could hold my own, and it was one of those situations where you fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
And so I have to tell you that I had anxiety going into work every day that I went in.
Oh my gosh.
Because in that caliber of restaurant, not only are there a stack of resumes of people wanting to work there so they can put on a resume that they've worked for that famous chef, but also it's kind of the perfection of cuisine. Yeah, so if you don't make a cut that's right, or you don't do a lot of stuff that's right, not only are you punished, but you also have to redo it.
How are you punished?
My mental, physical, and sexual abuse.
Oh my gosh, Anne.
And you know, this is the early 2000s, so there was no Me Too movement or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it was very, very intense.
Remember how we talked about at the very beginning, why there aren't a lot of female chefs?
Yeah.
Because stuff like that's happening. All right, what's my next fruit? I don't want to pivot from that so quickly, because but I want to keep working.
That's the perfect amount of watermelon. So that's going to be your main course for the caviar.
Okay.
So I would do peach next, then jalapeno. Make sure you dice the jalapeno really small, or else it'll be you might get a big bite of heat.
Do you want me to leave the seeds or take them out?
I would take the seeds out. Okay. So they say that the seeds are the spiciest part, but it's actually the rind on the inside.
I knew.
You already know that. Good job.
Because I have to take that out for my family because I'm the only one who wants all the heat. And
Okay.
so I always have to.
Well, feel free to add it in for this because you're the one in charge of that dish.
Okay, so how long were you in this environment? Because I don't know. Why does that happen that people think under that intense pressure you will get results? You know what I mean?
You do get results because it's the easiest way to describe it is kind of like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
You know, where they break you down to your lowest part and then they build you back up under their system. So you have this mindset that, you know, the chef is God. So that's how it works.
Was this the kind of environment where you'd go chef, yes, chef, that stuff?
Oh,
That we
yeah.
see on The Bear?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So I can't even watch The Bear because it's too
PTSD.
close to reality. Yeah. And a lot of my friends can't watch it either, you know?
That's interesting. So for the rest of us who, I worked in a kitchen, but for a short amount of time, Alexander Steakhouse, plug, we miss you, R.I.P. It wasn't like that. And so I'm watching The Bear thinking, oh, isn't this just television? It's
No.
not just television to you.
Absolutely
That
not.
was your life in
Yeah.
South Carolina.
Yep. And not only that, but we were doing molecular gastronomy at the time, which is food science. And nobody really knew anything about food science. There was a famous chef in Spain that was doing it named Ferran Adria, and he had a product line that we were using, and so we were kind of learning how to do molecular gastronomy at the same time as trying to produce all this world-class food. And so, for instance, we would take like a head of cauliflower, and we would break it down into a puree, and then we would add things to it, heat it up to a certain temperature, and then like let it gel, and then turn it into something else. And so if anything went wrong during one of those steps and you weren't ready by service, you were in big trouble.
Yes.
So everything about it was super high stress. But at the time, you know, we were working in this prestigious restaurant, and we had all of these famous chefs from New York and California and Florida, and
You're feeling just lucky to have the job.
yeah, absolutely.
That's how they get you to perform in a situation
Absolutely,
like that.
yeah.
Because it's if you don't want to be here, there's the door.
And we have a stack of
we've got
resumes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only that, but there are people coming out of culinary school that have to do apprenticeships. And so they come too, and they're willing to work for free just to work for these chefs.
I just learned that term.
Stagiaire.
I learned that from The Bear.
I am so impressed with you, Jennifer.
See, but this is why I wanted to have this show, because I just, I cook a little, I watch TV, but it really has also been in education for me, because everybody, everyone's story is different, but then it's interesting when you do hear some of the same stories of people who've worked in fine dining and why they got out of fine dining. So how long were you doing this in these brutal conditions in South Carolina?
So I did that from 2005 to 2009, and I'm not going to say there weren't any benefits from it. When I came out of there, I was tough, and I was organized, and I was ambitious, and my palate was incredible.
Yeah.
So, but we went through the recession too. So not only were we, working really hard, but our hours were getting cut, and it was really hard to make a living.
It's what people who worked during the pandemic faced.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was a farmer at the time, so I was able to continue working during that time. But yeah, it was terrible. And so then that's when I kind of reevaluated. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm being abused to cook for the people that can already afford it, you know?
Yeah. And did you ever, because I know you're working back of house, I know you call that, cooking for the 1%.
Right.
Did it just kind of sour you on people? Did you ever have to deal with customers that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we had a lot of famous people coming into the restaurant, and they...
Ooh, let's dish, Anne.
Well, I smoked a cigarette with John Travolta's bodyguard.
Oh, you had me at John Travolta, and then I wanted to ask a lot about Scientology, but the bodyguard.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
did the
He was
bodyguard
already
have
in the
any
cars.
stories?
What?
Did the bodyguard have any stories?
We just kind of... No, not really. I didn't want to... We have to be careful not to invade their privacy, you know, and respect the restaurant and stuff. But who's that chicken guy? The Ron White? Have you ever heard of him?
Oh yeah, the comedian. He does chicken. I thought he's
he
a
like
comedian.
does a joke about chicken biscuits or something.
Oh, okay. I just know him as the comedian who holds a glass of bourbon or something and tells jokes. All right, so you cooked for him.
Yeah, so he was doing a show in Charleston one time, and he came in. The restaurant closed at 10, and he came in for a tasting menu. Are you familiar with tasting menus?
I am.
So ours was about 9 or 10 courses. It takes a long time.
Yes.
He came in for a tasting menu, and everybody knows Ron White. If you know Ron White, you know he loves to smoke a lot of weed. So he comes in about 9:15, gets a tasting menu with his party, and between every course gets up and goes into the alley to smoke a bowl.
Oh gosh.
So I don't think we got out of the kitchen until about 2 in the morning.
And you just have to stay because it's Ron White, and
Yeah.
he just wants to get high and eat your food.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Ann, we've already gone 20 minutes. We haven't taken a commercial break yet.
Oh.
I know, this was so fun, but I didn't want to interrupt stories. All right,
Okay.
You can tell she's got more stories, so you're not going to want to go anywhere.
I don't know if I should tell them all.
But, oh yeah, we're going to tell them all. All right, we'll be right back. So producer Angel is in my ear. I go, and she's not usually with me. Usually it's Scott, my producer. I go, Angel, I know we're on. It's casual. And I said, Angel, you pick the show to produce. She goes, this is fun. She's our 6 o'clock producer. Okay, so anyway, before we move on past South Carolina, any other good celeb stories?
Oh, I'm trying to think.
Did Ron
Oh,
White.
yeah. So my mom has about 13 girlfriends, and this sweet corn came from one of their farms, Klein Farms in Seymour. Love them, love the family, love their sweet corn. If you see this corn, you can see that it's multicolored.
You could eat right there.
What? So you
right
can
off.
eat this raw. It's actually sweet enough that you can eat it raw. I'm going to go ahead and peel it. for the
Honestly,
pasta.
nobody should be eating corn around here that is not grown here.
100%.
I mean, what are we doing?
Every day I have people asking me if I want more sweet corn, and unfortunately I have to say, oh gosh, I'm just swimming in it.
I love it, I love it.
And let me show you a trick to this sweet corn. Anytime you're gonna take the corn off the cob, have a little bowl inside of a big bowl. And this kind of contains all the kernels, see?
Okay.
And so I'm gonna put my corn on top of this, and I'm just gonna slice down until it hits the bowl. And then all of it stays really nice inside this big bowl.
Okay.
And that way it doesn't get all over your kitchen counter.
I love that. Good tip, good tip. Okay, I have moved on. I finished the peach. I'm moving on to the cucumber.
Okay, so take the seeds out of the cucumber.
Oh,
Are you
thank you
doing
for,
that?
I will now.
Okay, good. So the seeds don't really add any value to the cucumber, and they kind of make the fresh fruit caviar mushy.
Yeah.
So let's get those out of there.
Too much liquid.
Yeah.
You got to seed the cucumber.
And then I have something cool to show you. At our farm, we were organic. We were an organic teaching farm. And we always tried to grow sweet corn because it's a huge seller with the kids. Everybody loves sweet corn. And so we were never successful because we would have so much rain. And you know it's been raining this season, right?
Yeah.
So when sweet corn gets too wet, it creates this fungus on top of it.
Do you
Don't
notice?
look
I'm
grossed out.
like,
Don't look grossed out.
should that be by my fruit caviar?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is considered Mexican caviar. It's called corn smut or huitlacoche. And so what Mexican cuisine does is they take and peel off this outer layer, And then they take this black smut right here, and they cook it down, and it's a delicacy. It's supposed to be like truffles.
Really?
So we ended up being disappointed at first that this is what our sweet corn turned into. But then when we heard how much we could sell it for to the grocery stores on North Prospect, then we were super happy to get corn smut every year because we made way more money off of this than we did regular corn.
That is just because it got too wet.
Yep. And so it grows this fungus. So everybody, if you see a fungus on the corn like this, do not throw it away. This is a delicacy. It's very, very good to
Instead, go to your street corner and try to sell it.
Go to your street corner or put it in the back of a pickup truck.
You could sell it. Was I supposed to take the skin off the cucumber, or are we good with that?
You know what? I like skin on the cucumber.
Okay, I do too.
It adds a nice texture.
Yeah, okay, I just want to make sure.
So I've had this pasta boiling for about 8 minutes. I'm just going to test it. You want your pasta to be really al dente. Now, do you know what that means?
I do.
What does it mean?
Not too mushy, not too hard.
Perfect.
It has to have some bite.
Perfect.
I love it. I'm doing so good in this class.
You're like a real chef, Jennifer.
I could pass maybe one of your courses, but then you would ask me to chiffonade something, and I would have to go, okay, wait, hold on.
I'm going to come behind you and grab some
I'm going to look that up on YouTube. Okay, so wait, we got to go back. Okay, so now we're in South Carolina, and we're moving on. We're done.
Oh, okay.
We're getting out of this abusive relationship.
Yeah.
And we're done cooking for celebrities who just want to smoke weed.
Okay. That's not all it was, but basically, yes.
I mean, in a nutshell, that was Anne's experience in fine dining in South Carolina.
That's funny.
Okay, so where are we going? We're done with South Carolina?
So we're done in South Carolina. I moved back to Illinois in 2010, and I was supposed to be here for 6 months to make a bunch of money and then go to the Pacific Northwest because I wanted to study food science.
Okay.
And something about this region just sucks you in.
I love when people talk nicely about where we live. It makes me so happy.
Well, when I was 18-year-old Anne, I was like, there's no way in heck I'm ever going to live here
Getting
again.
out of this town, I'm rebelling against my parents.
Well, my older brother went to U of I for college, and you know, Monticello's only 20 minutes away, and I watched her drop in on him every weekend.
Oh my God.
So I was like, well, you're going to have to make a vacation appointment to see me. Okay, so I have all my mise en place ready for this pasta, and I'm going to go ahead and start cooking it. I have triple S bacon, and this cut is called a lardon, and it's just a sliced rectangular piece of meat. Okay, and this is super smoky. It's so good. And then I have my sweet corn from Klein Farms. I have my tomatoes and my shallots and red pepper from Ben and Molly's. And then I have my oyster mushrooms from Diamond Farmstead. And I love Diamond Farmstead because when I was farming, he was only selling microgreens. And now he's upgraded to doing mushrooms and all kinds of other really cool stuff.
And where's he located?
Yeah, I think he's located in the Decatur area.
I love that.
But
And
he's super nice.
And all of these farmers can be found at the Farmers Market in Urbana?
Yes, I got this all on Saturday.
Oh, nice. Fresh. It's called eating fresh.
Yeah.
Did you want me to do this whole onion?
Fresh is best. Nope, that's good.
Just this part that I have here?
Yep.
Okay. And
And this is enough cucumber. I'll get this out of your way.
okay. And you just wanted me to dice it teeny tiny?
Yep, perfect.
Okay.
You're doing a very good job.
Good. Okay.
Positive motivation.
Yes.
I can't get out of teacher mode.
No, I appreciate it. Keep it going.
Okay.
Okay, so we're back here. The wandering daughter has come back.
Yes.
To Central Illinois, and you decide to start farming?
No, my plan was to be a bartender, and I've never bartended ever in my life.
I bartended at Cam's.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was terrible.
No, that's good.
Yeah, we don't know. It was really bad.
So I actually got a brief job as a bartender, and they were like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?"
See, I didn't know what I was doing.
Really bad bartender.
Where were you? Did you make me a drink?
No,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Where did you bartend? I want to know.
I think I bartended at Jupiter's at the Crossing for a minute. And unless they ordered beer, I was in big trouble.
I was the same way. At Cam's, I would not know how to make any drinks. I would just make it up, but it's a bunch of college students.
But they
so what do
probably
they
love
know?
that, right?
And then I loved quarter beers because I could pour 100 of those, except I made no money. But anyway.
That's awesome.
Anyway. Okay, so you're bartending, not very good at it.
Yeah, so I did that for maybe a couple months, and I thought that's how I was going to make money. And then I just naturally got into cooking again. I was working at Baccarat for a little bit, doing their Market Mondays. So we would go to the farmers market, much like this, and then create a 7 or 8 course tasting menu based on what we found to highlight local food. And that went on for about a year, but then I just decided I'm doing the same thing here
That you were doing in
at
South
a
Carolina.
less famous restaurant.
Without Ron White.
Right, without Ron White. I mean, we had Jimmy John. I guess he's our own local celebrity. But anyway, so that's when I got out of restaurants and had an opportunity to start a farm for an institutional food service company here, Betsy Hendricks Company. And Betsy is, I was telling Jennifer, Betsy and I watch the news every Tuesday and Thursday. We're huge WCIA fans.
Okay, can I tell you, we put if you're a fan of the show, you might think, what is that in the back? Here, we're gonna get a close-up. She is a super fan. I don't know if he's here yet. He'll be very excited. Maybe you guys can get a new picture.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna totally fangirl.
He was DJing outside at a tailgate that day. So I said, just for one day, can he be watching this show, Kevin Lighty?
I am very uncool when it comes to local celebrities. I love Julie Pride, and I once hid behind a rack of chips at a gas station when she walked in.
I want Julie Pride
And
to know
Jennifer,
that
I'm gonna have
story.
to tell you, when you called me last week and you're like, hey, this is Jennifer Roscoe, I was like, what?
Why is she calling me? And what have I done? I mean, that's the fear, right? If Kevin calls someone, it's all fun and games. If Jennifer's calling you, have I committed a crime?
Someone's in trouble.
Someone I know, or I am in trouble. Okay, I'm supposed to be cutting this.
Okay, nope, the lettuce stays there.
Oh,
So
no.
this is wonderful aquaponic lettuce. Do you know what aquaponic means?
That means growing in water, not soil.
Girl, you are so good. And what's the difference between hydroponic and aquaponic?
What were my choices?
Hydroponic and aquaponic.
I would think that one is in water and one is hanging.
So
No,
that's
I don't-
close.
I made it
no,
up.
No, it's close. It's fine.
made it up.
So they're both in water, but aquaponic is a natural fertilizer that is fertilized by fish waste.
Oh.
So Coss Farms is located, or Country Fresh is located in Whiteheath. And they're a farm family that just never stops working. They're super wonderful people. So they have this beautiful inside greenhouse, and they have these fish tanks at the end of it. And so they have tilapia all the way from babies to when they harvest them.
Have we done a story over there?
You have to go over
my
there.
gosh.
It's beautiful.
Angel,
They're wonderful people.
Producer Angel says we have. Yes, we have.
Oh, okay, good. And the family is wonderful. They're super nice people.
I love that.
But anyway, the fish waste fertilizes the lettuce.
Okay.
And actually, in organic farming production, fish waste is the main nitrogen fertilizer.
I love that.
Yeah.
Getting back to your this is what you want to be doing, right? Is fresh. But give me something else to do. I don't want to run out of time.
So, I'll hurry. You're actually almost done.
Okay.
So all you have to do is half these olives.
Yes.
And then you're going to sprinkle a little feta. And then here's this salt. And actually, I love this container. I brought my
what is
salt
that?
pig. This is called a salt pig.
Okay.
And what it does is you can have salt right next to your stove, and no dust or debris gets into it because of the curved top. So you can just stick your hand in and get salt.
See, I have a salt bowl next to my stove.
You need a pig.
I need a pig.
Salt pig.
Do they come in the shape of a pig? Because that looks like something off a ship, or a boat. or a
Maybe, actually.
periscope
I'm
or
not
something.
sure. I don't know why I said yeah, like I knew what I was talking about.
Am I doing all of these olives?
I wouldn't do all of them. I would do about half.
Half. Okay.
So I've browned my bacon, and now I'm adding my shallots, garlic, red peppers,
It smells so good in here,
mushrooms,
guys. Oy.
and tomatoes. I'm gonna actually wait to add my tomatoes because they're gonna add liquid, and I wanna make sure these vegetables get sauteed a little bit.
Okay, Ann, so did we get to the farm yet? I'm losing control of this interview. I'm so not focused.
I will stop talking.
No, you're the interviewee. You can't stop talking. No one wants to hear me talk. They hear enough of that on the news. Okay, so now we're farming. Did we get to farming? Are you a farmer yet?
We're at farming. We're at farming. So I wanted to change. I thought that everybody I think that everybody should be able to have access to fresh, good tasting food.
But
There's
they don't.
no reason, but they don't. You're right. They don't. And so I wanted to take that idea of farm to table in a James Beard kitchen model and apply it to at-risk populations, like people in hospitals, people in retirement homes, our elderly, school children. Because most of the time what they get fed is they get fed a lot of processed foods.
And why should it just be the 1%?
And why should it just be the
healthy,
wealthy?
nutritional, local foods?
So I did a test kitchen in a fraternity, and I bribed them to come out to the farm and work on the farm. I won't tell you what I bribed them with.
I bet it was beer.
It was beer.
I got another one right. For anyone keeping score at home, that was Jennifer getting another question right.
It totally was beer. But they came out and they helped me work on the farm. And when the produce came in, they were vested in it. And they were excited. And that excitement spread throughout the whole fraternity. Now, fraternity boys don't normally care about fresh food, right?
No, they want pizza, day-old pizza.
But these guys could tell the difference between tomatoes coming off my farm and tomatoes that I would order in the winter. And I'm a firm believer that if fraternity boys can tell the difference between all that stuff, then anybody can tell the difference between all that stuff.
An idea was born.
Yes.
And let's do it. Okay, you know what? Oh, I'm getting, we gotta go another.
I'm gonna deglaze my pan. After everything's sauteed, I'm gonna deglaze it with white wine.
We gotta take
And this is
break.
just a Sauvignon Blanc. I get the big bottle because my mom comes over. She loves it.
Mom getting called out again. All right,
Mom.
Ann, I'm sorry, we gotta take another break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, she deglazed. We're gonna, I don't know what we're gonna do next. We're gonna have a good time, so don't go away. Hi, we're back. And I wanted to wait, I dumped everything into my fruit caviar, right? Is that what we're calling it?
Yes.
And now I'm gonna put it into our serving bowl. And look at how pretty this is. I wanted to save this for on camera because, wait, I'm gonna do it. Oh, here we go. Look at that gorgeousness. Isn't that pretty? All of those flavors together. I crumbled the feta like Ann told me to. She's still sauteing, deglazing.
Yeah, so I've added all my vegetables and I sauteed them until they got a little bit of color on them, and I seasoned them. I don't salt them right away because the salt draws out the water, right? And you don't want watery vegetables. And then I deglaze the pan. So sometimes you'll get brown spots on the bottom of the pan, and when you add liquid to it, that's flavor. So it's called deglazing the pan, and you really want to take your spoon and get all that flavor mixed into the sauce. And then, so I deglazed it with this white wine, just a generic Sauvignon Blanc. And then I added a squeeze of lemon for acid. And then the acid of the dish really brightens the natural flavors of the vegetables.
Yeah.
And then I added a little bit of hot sauce. Not enough to make it spicy, but just enough to add a
I mean, you could have. I would have been okay with it.
You can add more to yours if you want.
So I was going to put my hand in your salt pig.
Yeah, put it in.
It's a phrase I never thought I'd say before. But it's all gross. So I'm going to take off my glove, right?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yep, totally fine. Okay, so I saved the pasta water. The pasta water is super starchy. So if you add the pasta water to your dish, it'll really help thicken up the sauce. I didn't need to do that with this one. I just added butter and I reduced the sauce down to about half. So now I'm going to dump my pasta into this bowl.
We're working hard today, people.
Are you
this
sweating
is
yet?
no, actually, the oven's not on, so I'm not. So I'm happy about that. But lots of steps with this. We are creating a full meal, and again, everything from Central Illinois.
Yes.
Love it, love it, love it so much.
Okay.
What else? Am I doing something else with this? I salted.
So what
Do you
are we
wanna
missing?
taste?
We're missing the mint. We haven't added any seasoning yet, right? So
No, I added some salt.
Oh, added some salt. Okay, so do you want a Demitas spoon as a tasting spoon?
Yes.
And when you taste, try to get everything together on one spoon, okay?
Okay, I have to ask. Okay, these are so cute. I have none of these in my house, but I feel like I need them. When you were a chef, would you just have 1,000 of these around?
Yes, actually I had a whole toolbox full of just spoons. And any chef knows that a spoon is very important to your life.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think?
I got a good bite because I had an olive. I'm wondering if you had enough salt in your bite.
No more salt. So the feta is salty and the olives are salty, so that's really good.
Okay, that's
I'm going to julienne some mint to add to that because I'm going to add mint to mine too. And then we are actually going to add, it needs a little bit of sweetness, don't you think?
I was going to say that, yes.
So talk about the agave nectar.
Okay, I'll present. I'm the Vanna White of the episode. The agave nectar. We don't, what did she tell me? We don't just use honey. No, you tell me.
You can use honey.
Okay.
But why don't we use sugar?
Because it, oh, no.
It's okay.
I'm failing at this question.
No, you're
Tell
not
us.
failing. There is no failure.
Am I doing just drizzling?
Yep, I would drizzle it on top. Less is more because you can always add more. You just can't take away.
Okay.
And you can hold it a little bit closer.
No, but I'm nervous about making it too sweet because I'm a spicy girl.
Okay.
I would like a hot honey on that.
Well, they do have local honey too. So, and you can add red pepper flake to it, so you can make your own hot honey, which is really good.
Ooh. Okay, so, but I cut you off. Tell us why honey as opposed to just sugar.
So anytime I'm making like a homemade vinaigrette or, you know, any kind of fruit salad or anything that I need to sweeten, I use agave nectar because it's really gentle. Sugar, raw white sugar, can be super acidic and it can have a bite to it. And usually, and it's also very easy to tell if it's not dissolved in your dish. And so we want something a little bit more calm.
Okay.
So we want the sweetness without the bite. Okay, so you ready to taste again?
A calm sweet, yes. And I know not to put the same spoon back in it.
Very good.
Yes, because I actually almost did that. But then I went, oh wait, I'm on camera. I'm not at home. Because at home, anything goes.
Remember I said Julie Pride. We want to make her proud.
Yes,
okay?
Julie, we're being very clean here. Don't send anybody here to check it out.
That's funny. Okay, what do you think?
Oh,
Is
well,
it
I have
better?
to tell you, it is, but also it's better because I got a bite of jalapeno in that one.
Oh, okay.
And that was good.
Well, remember, you're not just cooking for yourself.
Okay, and
All right, let me take a bite. Do you see how that agave nectar really brightened it up?
yes.
Okay.
And you just needed a little.
So I'm going to add just a little bit of lemon juice. Lemon juice brings out the brightness of the fruit. And you only need a little bit because we are going to add a little bit of balsamic reduction once we get the salad done.
Okay. So you want me to mix this up again? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm afraid I'm destroying the
not.
raspberries though.
Nope. You can also mix it with your hand. So now we're ready to plate. Let me know when you're done mixing it up. Oh, we need to add the mint to it as well. I'm getting ready to bring that over to you.
My raspberries are dissolving. They're disintegrating.
Okay.
Okay. I'm ready for my julienne mint.
Julienne mint.
Julienne mint.
Yes. And you can actually toss this with your fingers.
Oh,
I'm gonna
it's
give
so
you a little
pretty.
bit more.
It really is pretty, and that mint smells amazing.
Yeah, I love mint. Mint and peaches.
What are you growing on your farm?
Tomato, well, I don't have my farm anymore. Now we have an urban farm. We're building an educational system on First Street.
We're getting there. We're finally getting. People at home are going, wait, at the beginning of this, she said she helps an entire community.
I work all the time. I love to work.
When are we getting to that portion? Yes, we are getting there. So,
So in 2020,
Yes.
when COVID hit, it was really hard to get teachers out, to bring students out to the farm because transportation was a huge issue. And we were just located outside of the bus area on Rising Road. So transportation was huge for us. So when the farm closed, I am trying to basically rebuild the farm in a downtown location So that way it's walking distance from Edison Middle School, Central High School, Jefferson, Dream House. We work very closely with Dream House, and we have dreamers that actually come and work on our farm. We're partnered with Prosperity Gardens, who employs See You at Home, who are getting off the streets and getting back on their feet with sobriety and homelessness. And so those people actually get to teach our kids, and then our kids get to teach the younger kids and dreamers. So it's kind of a trickle-down system.
Or maybe they're even going home
and teaching their
families. What they learn.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to take another break, and we're gonna get over there because we have so much to talk about. I mean, this is really the crux. I know we've been laughing a lot and having a good time, but really the work that Anna is doing in the community is amazing. So we want to get into all that. So we'll be right back.
Okay, so we are going to go ahead and plate this hyper-local pasta. Now, as a chef, I could have made the pasta myself, but I work all the time. So do most people. Who has time for that? Let's be serious.
We're giving you grace. Come on now.
And also, this is a really quick recipe to do if you are, tired when you get home, or you can make this pasta in a half an hour and it'll be ready. And the most labor-intensive part is just cutting up the vegetables.
Yes.
So this is
That's why you had me. Well, I didn't do the vegetables. But.
You did a whole salad. So it's just a super easy dish. It's super fresh. It, incorporates a lot of farms that are highlighted in this dish. And it's a nice summery, something really light. I get tired of cooking heavy meat in the summer. And being trained on the coast, I really miss fresh fish.
Yes.
And Koss actually has tilapia for sale, so you can get local tilapia in town. I'm actually doing a cooking class at the co-op, not this weekend, but the next weekend, and I'm using Koss's fish.
Oh, nice.
And I'm super excited about it, yep.
I don't think I've ever said local fish.
Yeah, right? Isn't that awesome?
In Central Illinois before. Oh, look at how pretty that is.
So this is really colorful. It has a lot of flavors. It has the smokiness with the bacon. It has the sweetness of the corn. And then we added a little acid with the wine and the lemon juice. And then... we've got, I think we're up to 7 different farms, I think, have contributed to this dish. Yeah.
That's so good. All right, we're going to finish here. We're going to take one more break, and then we're going to go eat.
So,
all right, we finally made it to the table. We have our food. And before we dig in, just one more look at just how beautiful. We have our pasta. We have our fruit caviar. We have some crackers from
Central Illinois Bakehouse.
Central Illinois Bakehouse. Thank you, thank you.
You can also pick these up at Martinelli's.
Okay, we got to eat.
Okay.
I've been looking at this. I've been watching you make it. I have to try it.
So this pasta was topped with everything bagel chev from Prairie Fruits Farm and Creamery. And this is just supposed to be a light summery dish.
This is so good. See, this is the kind of food where you don't need a bunch of meat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know there's bacon in it, but
this would be a good vegetarian dish too if you just leave out the bacon. Mm-hmm. The oyster mushrooms that I use from Diamond's Farmstead, they're super meaty, so they're a great substitute for meat, and they're so flavorful.
I just had a bite of one, and you're exactly right. Mm-hmm. I am not missing a chicken or anything in here. We have to, and I want to talk about, because we just did a news story about you, that you're trying to get a greenhouse. You're trying to get permits from the city for this greenhouse because you talked about Prosperity Gardens, you're partnering with them. We want to be able to get the Dreamer kids, and here's some video from that story. And the See You at Home workers who you have out there. Why is it so important for you to be able to build this greenhouse?
So the greenhouse is the first step towards an educational campus, and the greenhouse does so many things for not only us, but our partnerships with Prosperity Gardens. So the kids can have a classroom year-round where they're not sitting in some sterile environment with white walls and fluorescent lights. They can come in the winter because the greenhouse is heated. And it's not just about learning about horticulture. It's about learning about different climates, environmental science. There's art. We've had art classes come out to the farm. There's just a whole math. There's a lot of measuring and building in trades that they can do. So I think it's really important to get these children active in the community and giving back and working with people in need, and also, just getting out of the classroom, getting a new environment, learning on hands-on experience. I know I'm a hands-on learner, and I know, and I can see it in their faces in the classroom in this sterile environment when they kind of start looking at the ceiling or they're looking out the window. But when you're doing hands-on activities, they remain engaged the whole time. So once this greenhouse goes up, if we ever get a permit from the city,
let's go.
Once the greenhouse goes up, then we can start working on renovating the building that's currently there. Prosperity has a wonderful building there. It needs to be renovated. We have stools and tables from Fowler Farm that are going to be installed in there. We have whiteboards, so there's actually going to be a classroom. So there's a classroom setting. We're going to build a wash pack on the north end of it, which is where we can wash vegetables and learn about packaging and processing. There's going to be a Four Seasons greenhouse where we can grow year-round. And then there's also across the street raised beds where they can actually learn and do experiments in the raised bed area. And this Prosperity Gardens has been such a wonderful partner. I've known Nicole, the director, since I was, we were in the Beginning Farmer Rancher Development Program in 2013. So when my farm closed, it was super nice to be able to continue these partnerships that I had, these community partnerships. Champaign-Urbana School Foundation is the one I wrote the grant through to get the greenhouse. And so they're promoting, student learning through Unit 4 and District 116. We are partnered with Dream House and Dreamers, not only the youth programs, but the young adult programs too. And I just can't say enough wonderful things about Tracy Dace. He's an amazing human.
I love it. I love it. We've got we've got one more minute.
Okay.
60 seconds left. And again, I feel as though we could have gone 2 hours because your life has been fascinating.
Oh, thanks.
And I started at the beginning talking about how, you shifted your focus. And really, the journey, I almost feel as though you had to go through some of that stuff because you gain those skills, and look at what you're doing and how you are impacting this community.
Oh, thank
We
you.
are really lucky to have you.
Oh, thank
and
you.
the fact that you wanted to shift your focus and think about all the lives that you're changing because of your work through food.
Yeah.
So it comes back to all of this.
Yeah.
So we want to get that permit. Come on, City of
Get the
Champaign.
permit.
I'm lobbying. I don't know if I can do that, but I'm doing it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun. And you are a chef, Jennifer.
I've got the coat and everything.
She has the coat now.
All right, thanks, Ann.
Thanks.
Good night.